March, April, May, June, July, August. March through the end of August. So I'm not just going to have these cards. I'm going to shuffle cards for each card pile that I pull as well. So it's going to be more information, since 6 months is obviously longer than just a month. But if you'd like to go ahead and sign on for your own personal tarot card reading, TonyBomboni.com. I'm offering 50% off right now. If you book, there's a option to book 5 15-minute tarot card readings in one booking, so you don't have to keep rebooking over and over again. It saves you time and money. So it's 50% off right now for a very limited time only. So go snatch it up while you can. Okay? So, an hour and 15 minutes of content. 50% off right now. Okay. So, here is a gargoyle. A gargoyle. If you want card 1, I recommend just picking one pile for the next 6 months this time around. Card 2 is going to be this pirate silver coin. Okay, if that draws you in. And card 3 is going to be this selenite alien head. Okay, so whatever draws you in for the next 6 months, gargoyle, pirate coin, or selenite alien head. Pick your pile, and we shall begin. Okay. Okay. So, let us begin with pile number 1. And don't forget, you can request your tarot reading to be done in ASMR, soft spoken, whisper, or both. So, we have here the moon card. Okay. So that tells me it could be a very emotional roller coaster type of few months for you. It can be a lot of ups and downs. I definitely feel like it's going to be a lot of changes for you as well. I feel as though there's going to be some shift here. There's going to be some shift in your perception overall. How you view things, how you handle things in the world. How you're coming across to others, how you perceive others as well, and how other people perceive you as well. Okay, so keep in mind these incredible changes as well. Okay, so sometimes you might be over analyzing a situation and thinking someone said or did something that they really did not, or they didn't mean to come across a certain type of way. You know, they didn't mean to hurt your feelings a certain type of way. It just might come across wrong, maybe. You might come across off-putting to some people, maybe by the way you communicate or express yourself, or the way you say certain things. So be very careful with this, okay? How you communicate, how you express, especially as we are still through the beginning of April. In fact, in a Mercury retrograde, and a lot of crazy planetary stuff is supposed to go down in the month of April. Sorry, I have to shut the door really quick because I don't want too much noise. Okay, so yes, so be very mindful of this and be very careful how you are coming across. Right? So we have the Four of Pentacles at play here. And so I would suggest, not try. I feel like this shows me a lot of anger, resentment, or bitterness energy. Try not to be so angry at people, I know this is hard, but try to see their point of view, their side of the story, not just your own, okay? Because a lot of times people want to, fight right you wrong, this type of energy. So be very, very precautious with this, okay, moving forward. I keep hearing pick your poison. It's like almost like you have no choice or no option in how you handle certain things right now in these coming months through August of this year, 2026. You might just have to put up or deal with a lot. I also see the Middle East. This reminds me of the Middle Eastern countries right now. Okay, I don't know, I just get that impression somehow. Like I'm seeing like the palm trees and the male, he looks very much, I think I see the hookah in the corner, so this just reminds me of the Middle East somehow. The temples in the background. So there could be something or some continued conflict there in the coming months, okay? King of Pentacles, just using my intuition, allegedly entertainment purposes only. So the King of Pentacles shows me some ruler or something, emperor energy, like a male energy that could maybe shortly reign or take over, reign after this conflict. That could be like a new figure or a different ethnicity or origin from that country. It might not even be a person from originally that nation. There could be a change of rulership or leadership. This also could indicate to me definitely that like there's a change in like your boss at the job, right? Make it more personal to you. There's something where the hierarchy is shifted, or maybe you have upgraded to a higher, better role in your job. So have a lot of gratitude. You have put the manifestation out there, but at the same time you might be a little bit kind of upset, maybe a little depressed, because maybe you feel you don't deserve this role, or you feel like you have to put so much more work now and you're not really willing to. You could easily do it, but you're like, there could be some energy where you're just not up to the job, no matter how much it pays, because of the sacrifice and commitment you have to make in terms of this role, this job position, right? It could be very hard on you to take on such a heavy responsibility, and keyword again, your emotions here, getting emotional, using your money emotionally, right? There's double pentacle energy here, so it's like maybe you're not so decisive with money. You're sort of spontaneous with your financial situation. You are changing things up. You're impulsive. You're not. Maybe you're gambling more. So, but you're gonna have more money to spend. So it's like you're gonna be able to afford to. But it's like, should I go in debt for this XYZ thing? Let's get some answers here. What else we need to know here moving forward for your months? The Magician, so you're gonna make happen. You're gonna make a lot in your favor. I think you're at peace, you're calm, you're comfortable and confident that you have the capability to do whatever it is you want to do moving forward. It's not gonna be too hard or tumultuous on you to decide. I think you have the faith, you have what it takes to make important life-changing decisions here based on the energy you are projecting, okay? So you're gonna be able to do this. You're gonna be able to accomplish what it is you're setting out to accomplish with this Magician card, okay? As a supporting energy. So let's see what else you have to know about the next 6 months. Faith over fear, that's kind of how I hear it. Faith over fear right now, okay? So we have the 5 of Wands. So yeah, so definitely I do see some tensions. There could be wars going on. There could be like tensions at the job. I hear battlefield. I don't know why I hear that. There could be a new battlefield at play. You might just come to work and like there's literally like new rules. All of a sudden things just get changed up spontaneously out of nowhere because there's certain coworkers that can't stop fighting with each other and bickering and b-wording, right? Page of Swords. So someone might get demoted. I do see in the spirit people getting fired, laid off because of this conflict, this tension that arises. It's almost like certain bosses or CEOs have like a no BS tolerance anymore. Like, they make too much money to care now. It's like they just will cut a person off if there's even a little bit of tension, or they look at them funny, you know? So I feel like there's definitely that like last minute dominant masculine ego that's dying off, you know, as we're entering a new era. So, you know, let them act out. Their karma's gonna come to them anyway, you know? They're gonna have to pay that karma for doing wrong. 4 again, 4 of Cups. 4 and 5. I feel like a lot of you are stuck right now, stuck in a situation. Again, if it's financial, it's not for long, but I feel like socially you might be stuck. Emotionally, mostly, you're stuck in the same scenarios playing out themselves for eons over and over again. So you just can't seem to get a break. You can't seem to get out of that. This very much feels like this Pisces, Virgo energy. It's like Gemini, you know, Sagittarius. They've been suffering for such a long period of time. And I'm a Virgo, so I know what I'm talking about. The last 14 years were the most intense roller coaster ride, and that was actually, ironically enough, you know, the Saturn Neptune, but also how long I have been doing ASMR. You know, it brought me the greatest blessing of my entire life, but at the same time, it brought so much bad things as well along with it, right? So it's kind of funny now that I think about it. So it's kind of like those kind of people who have been treated unfairly. I think this Mercury retrograde is the last of that, okay? I think the last of you being looked at or frowned upon, like looked at with disgust or disdain or whatever. You know, it's almost like how certain people like look at a homeless person on the street. Like, that's how we're looked at sometimes. Like we're a beggar, or we're like, you know, not pretty enough for this, or, you know, I used to apply to be a model. Like, I was turned down so much, you know, and I just gave up after a while. Like, that's what it reminds me of, like, the first impression. Before I did ASMR, I tried to do modeling, and, you know, I did home remodeling, child. I was pretty good at that, but modeling, like, no, like, yeah, no one would give me a call back. So, but anyways, you know what I'm saying. But now's your time. It's gonna be your time to shine, right? So, yeah. But I feel like there's still a lot of this leftover anger, resentment, because you have been treated so unfairly, some of you, okay? Maybe Pisces, Gemini, Sagittarius, Virgo is your sun or your moon or your rising. Look into those aspects, okay? I'm talking to you folk here. But, you know, and if you know somebody who has these aspects and qualities, yeah, maybe they've been treated like crap the last decade and a half. And so I want you to understand this, that you can still choose to look at the gratitude, because your time is coming. I do clearly see that for you. I'm sorry, I'm talking fast, but I get excited sometimes because the message comes through. There's a lot to say at once. You know, I talk pretty fast in your bookings because there's a lot that comes through at once sometimes. So I'm sorry, it's a habit. But you know, good news. I hear good news. Good things are coming here. You just have to be on the lookout for them. Not all hope is lost. Sometimes you have to start over, though. There's a reset here at play in your life. You have to hit the reset button. This is our reset button, okay? The Magician, no. Make magic happen, especially if you're a Virgo. This is like you, basically, right? Make it happen. If not, everyone needs a Virgo friend to tell them how to make it happen, okay? Otherwise, you might feel a little bit lost. Honey, if a Virgo is lost, everyone's screwed, okay? Everyone is freaking screwed if a Virgo is lost, okay? The Virgo's not going to be lost anymore, so give Virgos a chance. Give Virgos another chance, especially if you've been hurt or wronged by a Virgo, because Virgos hurt. You know, Virgos are the sign that hurt people the most because they're the most misunderstood. They don't mean to hurt people, but they're the most misunderstood. Anyway, card 2. So, I decided to bring the Druid Craft Tarot deck back. If you picked a pirate to the pirate coin. Card number 2. We have the 4 of Wands. So again, a 4 energy, it seems like this is a collective energy, like a feeling of like not having to do much, not having options, not having choices, feeling betrayed. I don't know why I hear that. But this is not all grim. I see a lot of positives here supporting your life. All of a sudden I get Libra. I don't know, I get Libra in the spirit. I get also fire signs. I get also earth signs in general. You know, they're gonna have it's like an easier but a harder time at the same time. I don't know why I get this. All of a sudden, in the spiritual realms, Four of Wands is showing here, like, yeah, like you have a choice here. You get to decide how you spend things. This reminds me of like summer, like a summer festivities, summer festival. And I think by kind of like the middle of summer, I think there's going to be more clarity in your life, more clarity and peace, understanding even with a partner. I feel like there's going to be more compassionate understanding. If there's a confusion or a lack of clarity now in your relationship, in your partnerships, Queen of Pentacles is showing up like, I'm not certain about you, but I'll give you a try. Right? She's bold and daring, but not as competent as the swords, right? So she's still hesitant. She still has hesitancy. She's busy grounding herself. She's busy connecting back to Mother Earth, to nature. So she can't be bothered right now. She's sort of like, yeah, call me back at another time. That kind of energy and vibration at play. Okay, so you might be disturbing this person or this woman. You know, it almost feels to me like when you walk in a shop and like the cashier doesn't say hello. Like she can't be bothered by you right now, right? She's busy doing other things. So this is kind of what that resonates with me. Maybe you just feel like not really working right now. You know, to me it feels like you've saved up enough, or you've worked your butt off. You worked hard enough. You don't really need to do so much anymore, right? You can deserve to take yourself that break, that vacation even, and you have the support if you want to like leave your job temporary or take a paid leave, paid vacations, you know, and a little extra time. They will give you permission to take that paid leave, time off, right? I don't think it's a permanent leave because you still need money. We all do, obviously. Even billionaires need money. It's never enough in this tax-infested world. It's so disgusting, right? But regardless, I definitely see, you know, it's like you have that desire for more, but you're okay. You're lax about it. You're not really gonna be like greedy or corrupt somebody for more. You know, you're just gonna let it go. The lady, though, the lady is showing, it's like the equivalent of the Empress card in tarot. It's showing up as a woman who cares for herself. So, you know, could show up as a pregnancy. I feel like a lot of people, though, don't want the baby. I'm gonna be brutally blunt. Like, you just want to relax. You don't want another child on your plate. Although that's hard to say, because when the child comes through, then you feel like that guilt. You know, you feel like, oh shoot, I shouldn't have said that. You know, now I love this baby, but you know what I'm saying. Like, it's too much responsibility. So be careful, any ladies out there. High fertility probability next 6 months in the course of your life. It could be like 3 to 4 months here for you. It could be like oops baby type energy. So that could be April, May, June, July. Yeah, that makes sense. Midsummer, right? So yeah, be very mindful. I'm not saying you're gonna go into labor. Then I'm saying like you might get pregnant then, so you might not even go into labor if you keep the baby until that would be like July, August, September, October, December, January, February, March, April maybe. So let's say this time next year. Yeah. So that'd be like a Pisces baby, Pisces and Aries. I'm getting more Aries because these are my fire sign cards here. I think it's probably a high probability of an Aries baby. Okay? If you're not careful, if you're not planning the child, or, you know, you just don't plan to keep, unfortunately. Look, I'm not allowed to have an opinion on that, but what I will say is use your intuition, because lady shows you have to use your intuition. Okay, let's pick maybe just one card. The Eight of Cups. So, it's a long road ahead here. If you do have this child, I intuitively feel like it might be, kind of like, I almost want to say androgynous type. Because I get like both female and male. It could be twins. Twin female male. Or someone that feels like both, or identifies as both in the future, or something like that. It feels very much both to me. It's giving me like twinsies. Honestly, that's why I'm saying the unexpected. Like, you might find out they're twins and you're like, oh crap, I don't know if I can keep up with my already 2-3 children that I have right now. You know, it's a kind of that energy. Someone here is very happy for you, supporting you, but you just want to run and flee. Could be, I feel like it's a friend that really is so happy for you and encourages you to, you know, keep the baby, right? And it's good. It's details here, but for the rest of you, it definitely feels like the next 6 months could look like quite a long road ahead. It definitely feels like this might feel like it's dragging on. Things get slower, or things get more like, not so much on your nerves, but you're going to be very calm and lax about it. But it's going to be delays or the obstructions. I hear obstruction in what you want. You want to buy a house. Yeah, well, too bad. Suck it up. You got to wait till a few months, you know, like something like that. There's something like an energy of like, you're not ready, especially if you're waiting or expecting for a baby and you want that new home with a crib, you know, their own baby room. Yeah, well, suck it up, too bad. You know, it's that energy. It's like you gotta wait, stick in your apartment until you figure shit out. You know, it's kind of that energy right now. It's not supporting you at this moment. I definitely would not recommend making huge purchases in general until you wait until after this craziness, April onwards, okay? To be safe, I would wait till April is completely over. Until you, I'm gonna be honest with you, even July. Like, wait until after July, until the craziness is subsided, and then you get to, it's still gonna be crazy, I feel, in the spirit, but it's gonna be, like, less crazy for major life purchases and decisions. Signing contracts, you know, that type of energy. I hear ordeal. You're facing a heavy ordeal here. From the beginning, I felt this was a little bit heavier, but it still has its blessings. Like, you know, it almost feels like, yes, bad things will happen, but it's going to be good because you're going to get something good out of it. Like that baby you didn't expect, or, you know, even though you might look at it as bad, you know, don't put that energy out there because, you know, you don't want to put the child to absorb that negativity. I think a lot of mothers are not aware of this. Interesting. Okay, so we're starting with the Princess of Swords. This is where it drew my attention. A lot of you really are eager to start something new. It's almost like you're, I'm going to be honest, like foolishly starting something new when now is not the time. A new business, a new idea, a new passion, a new hobby. It's almost like you're wanting to like join different hobbies to do with other people. That's such like a, maybe like a Libra energy. 9 of Cups. You're going to have to do it solo though. You're going to have to figure a lot of stuff by yourself on your own, okay? You're really going to have to make it work here. Use what you got. Use what limited tools and resources you have at your disposal, okay? A lot of you could be crafting based on stuff you have in your garage, just sitting around rotting, rusting, and collecting dust. Some of you could be flea marketing, garage sale type thing, you know. Getting rid of the clutter, and then you have more like clarity of mind. When you get rid of clutter, you have more clarity. Clutter versus clarity, right? So you're gonna come up with a lot of ideas for your life. Make sure you sit it out. All of a sudden I'm overwhelmed by cinnamon. This odor of cinnamon, I feel like that is a good sign of like abundance coming your way, free time to be be able to afford to even have a hobby for one, but to take time off work to even be able, because a lot of people can't afford peace. A lot of people can't afford time off. Hey, I'm hitting you with the straight hard facts today. Okay? A lot of times you can buy peace. I'm just being brutally blunt with you. A lot of times you have to buy time off. This is fact. Yes, stuff like that comes from within. But most people can't realistically detach 100%. Like a super spiritual being. So, yes, money buys peace. Money buys your time off, right? Okay, so I think you might just have to bite the bullet, metaphorically here, and honestly just pay your way to have your way, okay? I'm not recommending dipping into all your savings for it, but some of you might be foolishly spontaneous here, moving forward or trying to impress somebody. Again, that's sort of like this Libra energy, like I'm gonna invite all you hoes over for dinner. And I'm gonna impress you, B-words, right? Like, that's such a Libra energy. That's such a Libra energy. Like, I'm gonna invite like 5 people over for dinner for my birthday because I'm gonna make it all about me because I'm narcissistic. Like, I'm sorry, but that's a Libra energy, right? Not all Libras. I'm saying a lot of Libras, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? So this is that energy. Like, it's giving, I'm the best, I'm the baddest bee in town, right? And I'm gonna spend my money to impress. Yeah. So it looks like a very social, opportune time for you. A time off, hobbies, passions, doing what you love, pregnancy, fertility, abundance. It looks like a good solid 6 months, but it will obviously have its challenges. Thank you so much. God bless. Card 3, the alien selenite. Let's finish this off strong. What are your predictions? I apologize, I need a little bit of water. I'm thirsty. I talk a lot. Okay. This was a longer reading than I thought. 10 of Wands. Oh my gosh. Okay. 9 of Pentacles. Ace of Cups. I'll get back to him later. I'll show him later, okay? I'm tired of the camera. I'm trying to focus. Here. Let's start with this. 10 of Wands. Okay. So, I would suggest working as hard as you can. I feel like some of you feel left behind. Card 3. I feel like some of you didn't really put in the work in your early years in life, and now you have to struggle, or now you have to kind of play catch up or make up for it, or, save for retirement to kind of make up for, lost time, or lack of knowledge, or lack of work, or, economy, recessions, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I feel like that's not even really an excuse anymore. I feel like we always have some sort of recession. But anyway, I know a lot of people try to pull that card, but I'm kept freaking talking and not realizing the freaking camera's off. I hate it so much that the freaking camera shuts off. I'm just keeping it real with you. Every 30 minutes, it pisses me off. I know it has to do that, but it pisses me off, especially when I get to a valid point or statement and then it just cuts off. Anyway, I'm so tired of it. I'm sick and tired of this. But anyway, moving on. I know first world problems. Oh my god, there's worse things in the world. I'm sorry. I keep it to myself. I don't really complain too much, but when I do, oh my gosh, it's because I just bottle it and I bottle it and I bottle it and I keep it to myself. Anyway, moving on. So my point is, you can't blame the economy necessarily. History, our ancestors, have they blamed and let something like that hold them back from, passing on wisdom and children and all that stuff? No. So you can't let what's happening now affect you or hold you back. I feel like a lot of people are upset or held back because of what's happening now. Honey, there's always going to be stuff happening. We haven't seen anything yet. Okay? Calm down. Move on. Honestly, get a grip. Pick yourself up by your feet and keep going, okay? You can't let stuff happening in the world hold you back. Period. Okay? So I feel like a lot of you are weighed down by this. Nine of Pentacles. A lot of people are using it as an excuse. That was my point. I'm just keeping it real today, as I always do. But once you empower yourself, with self-love, of course, don't push yourself, okay? Don't push yourself or force yourself in a fake way to try to be like everybody else and try to get ahead like every other influencer or whatever. That's all bogus, fraudulent stuff anyway. No, like, keep it real. Like, yeah, if you're feeling upset, feel that hurt, feel that pain, feel that upset, and then carry on. Keep calm and carry on, right? Exactly. So card 3, just like similar to card 1, may suffer a lot with their emotional well-being, but I feel like card 3 handles it better than card 1. I feel like card 3 definitely, by card 3, I don't mean the third card, I mean the alien selenite, pile 3, versus the gargoyle, pile 1, right? Handles it better. I don't know why I hear it seems like people are having a better time than I think. I hear vacation. It seems like a lot of people will be not so much traveling. I almost feel like it's more travel in your hometown, maybe for safety, or travel in your own state, country, residence, right? Maybe a staycation, perhaps. Like, to keep it safe, or keeping it safe. It's almost like a new trend. Like, let's see where I can vacation in my place of origin rather than vacationing in freaking Dubai or whatever the hell, right? So, it seems as though people are like finally kind of coming back home to their roots, or grounding themselves more, or building their life, like building their backyard. They all of a sudden have the compulsion or urgency to just like work in their house, clean it, fix it, build it up, or improve their home, or buy a bigger home rather than like spending all their money traveling, and they live in a 200 square foot apartment. You know what I'm saying? So, finally like building roots. They're getting older now. That the influencers are in their 30s and 40s, right? And now they want to build roots, right? So they're taking life more serious. They're being more emotionally mature rather than, doing what they did when they were 29 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They're taking things in life more seriously, treating their body more seriously. So this kind of gives me that energy right now. Okay. 5 of Wands. So it appears there's going to be war, allegedly, for entertainment purposes, because I keep getting this card over and over again. There's going to be a conflict, a global issue. It could be between 4, 5, 6 nations, maybe even 7, 8. It could be between a lot of people. All of a sudden, I don't know why I hear Iraq, Afghanistan coming back into play. It's almost like they were in the back burner a bit, in the back of the frying pan. When you put it in the back of the oven to kind of, sizzle out or mellow on a low setting, they're kind of always in the background. I feel like they're going to be coming back into play. There's something in the spirit. I feel like they're coming back into action. I don't know. I keep hearing, I've been saying this a long time, Germany. There could be something with France, Germany. That could be an issue. That could be a tension or a disagreement or something. I've been seeing this for quite some time in the spirit. I hear up until 2026 through 2028, there could be something there. Allegedly, entertainment purposes only. I'm definitely getting this. Is giving me global conflict energy right now, and it could be hard to handle. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to simmer down. It's going to boil over. It's going to come to a breaking point. Let's see if someone steps in to bring peace. Is this someone stepping in to bring peace? Is this the end of times? 10 of Swords. They definitely want to stop to this. They definitely want. There's an interruption. I hear interruption. There's definitely something in the realms. Also, it could affect you and your physical health and safety and well-being. especially if you travel. That's what I'm saying. Don't just travel. I would say stay home. Stay your butts home. Humble yourselves. Especially you rich influencers, okay? Humble yourself, because you may be stuck in a place, a country, God forbid, knock on wood, I don't wish this on anyone. It'll quickly humble you, okay? So stay home. Stay home and keep humble. I feel like some people are not being humble right now. 9 of Cups and 7 of Pentacles. Okay. So I feel like you're gonna be fine, but I feel like you might see something you may wish you never saw. That's all I'm gonna say. I would say you have options here. I feel like you've come into some wealth, inheritance, unexpected funds, or like even I hear some people are dipping into their emergency savings to do something they've always dared to do. I would say I'm sorry, I coughed the candle out by laughing, but I would say wait. That's a grim sign for you though. Like if that happens, that means definitely don't do it. Wait until July onwards to make an important decision. Don't dip into savings now. You're gonna need it, especially with global conflicts, wars, tensions, disputes. You're going to need your backup emergency. Don't pinch all your pennies. Okay, goodness, nobody likes an extreme penny pincher. Just because that blocks you financially. If you pinch every damn penny you have, like this, literally like tight, like there's people who just pinch everything so damn tight all the damn time. Honey, you're never gonna be well off. You have to give to receive. For goodness sake, give, okay? Stop holding on out of fear, okay? I'm just keeping it real today. You're gonna get more, I promise you. But anyway, not financial advice, but I'm saying you have to plant the seeds. This is showing clearly. You have to clearly plant the seeds here for the future and the fortune. I hear fortune that you want. That you want to pass on fortune to your children. Stop pinching the damn pennies. Because pennies are worthless now anyway. Well, not the copper part. But anyways, ciao. So, you really have to pass on a lot here. Pass on to your friends. Pass on to your family. Pass on. Support those who need it. Support those who are self-employed. Support those who pave the way for a better future for our children. Period. I'm gonna say again. Period. Because we're not gonna be around long. The future is our future. The children is our future. So you have to give to them. For goodness sake. Yes, I'm whisper shouting at you, poopsie. You have to pass it on to your babies. Do it now. Invest in an emergency fund, trust fund. I don't know why I hear total fund. What the hell is a total fund? I hear a total fund. Maybe total, like a lump sum of your money. A lump sum of your savings and an investment for the future. It's going to pay off. It's going to be rewarded. Don't wait. Okay. I love whisper shouting. Okay. So thank you, Poopsies. I'm whisper shouting again. Thank you, Poopsies, for joining me today to book your own sassy tarot card reading. No, I'm not always sassy, but when I want to get a point across, hell yeah, I'm gonna be the realest person alive. TonyBomboni.com. I should shout my website, shouldn't I? Just to be silly and goofy and funny. TonyBomboni.com for your all person. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm such a freaking goofball. Alright, I love you all so much. I hope this made you laugh or cry. I don't care, whatever. Cry in a good way, not cry in a misery way, okay? Because tarot readings are supposed to sometimes make you cry to get a point across. Like, they're supposed to bring out the emotions. They're healing sometimes. So if you're ready for this type of healing, no, but for the most part, I'm serious as a tarot reader. I'm serious. I take my business seriously, but, I like to be a goofball sometimes. It's just part of who I am as a person. But, yeah, so don't miss out on that 50% off. 5 tarot card readings. 5 for 50% off. No one does this. Nobody. Okay, literally. Alright, I'm dead serious. So, book today. Okay, I love you all so much, and I'll see you soon.